Hello and welcome back. It is May the 10th. We are almost 6 months into the new year. And even though I never do it, I'm sure most of you had a New Year's resolution that has been dented, burned, buried, bruised, and plain ass forgotten. And the reason that I'm talking about that is that this year, I wasn't a New Year's resolution because I don't do that thing. I decided that I was going to do some stuff out of my comfort zone. So in February, I made this channel, started talking, babbling, which most people who know me will say that I do often. And then yesterday, I bought a bunch of PC gaming and streaming hardware. So instead of doing this on my Galaxy Note 2, recording it and then uploading it to YouTube, I can basically stream, which will be a live feed. And I was always nervous. I watch a lot of videos on that. And I was really nervous because I thought, man, you know, like right now, if all of a sudden something happened, I didn't like it, I could push the stop button, I could delete it and start over. When you're streaming, you're live, man. You're out there with everybody watching. But I wanted to do it to get out of my comfort zone. And I'm going to tell you a little story. Years and years ago, when I was still living in Kansas, I had an old scuba buddy of mine, and I watched that movie, Point Break, the old one, not the new one. You know, about the bank robbers and stuff, and those guys were skydiving, and I thought, man, that looks like a lot of fun. And I kept talking to my scuba friend about it. Well, he ended up buying me a ticket. We drove to Wichita, which is, 3.5 hours or so away from our house. Got in the airplane, took off, was doing the buddy system, there was an instructor that was strapped to me. And wasn't too nervous about it, sitting there laughing, joking. Thought, something, I told him, I said, man, I want to go first. I want to go first. But boy, we got into position, and that guy opened that side door, and the wind came through, and my anxiety went through the roof. My adrenaline shot up. I was pumping adrenaline 100%. And I looked behind, the instructor, of course, he was all strapped behind me, and, you've seen it on TV. I looked at him and I said, man, when we get to this door, I said, I don't want to mess around. No rocking back and forth, no countdown. We're going to get to the door and we're out. And I think he could tell I was pretty nervous. And the thing about it is that if you decide, well, I'm not going to go, you still paid for it. The minute you jump on that airplane, it's all yours. I'm sorry that it's shaking. I'm going down the highway, so the video's a little shaky. But anyway, door open, told the guy, let's go. We got to the door, and he was beautiful. I mean, he didn't even slow down. We went to the door, and we were out. And we free fall. We jumped at 10,000 feet, and we free fall for about 45 to 50 seconds. And we were down about 5,000 feet when he opened up the chute. And all that BS about free falling and you could talk to somebody is nonsense. And I'll tell you, if you want to test it, when you're driving down the highway, roll down your driver's side window and stick your head out. That's at 60 miles an hour, and a person free falls at about 120 miles an hour. So there's no talking. There's all you can just hear is that wind howling by your head, So anyway, we free fall for about a mile, about 5,000 feet. He opens up the chute, everything calms down, everything turns into quiet. And I don't know if it happened on the way down or if it happened right then, but the color went out. I was not nice and pink and red like I am now. And I wasn't white. I was just a colorless person. I mean, couldn't hardly talk. Gave him the thumbs up. That was about it. Got to the ground. Everybody was coming up to me, you know, asking how great it was and this. Oh yeah, and they could see that I was in panic mode. I couldn't actually talk for almost an hour. Besides just, you know, leave me alone, I'm fine. Because the adrenaline was, I mean, and I'm not trying to, I'm just saying that the adrenaline, it was up there beyond all recognition. And the point of that story is I was out of my comfort zone. Now the big question is now, and I make a joke about it, I say, you know, if I'm ever in an airplane, you know, and they want me to jump out, that damn thing's going to be on fire, and I'm probably still going to jump. I'm still going to go down with the ship. But quite honestly, if I did have a chance to do it again, I probably would do it again, because now I know what to expect. And I want to get over that hump, you know, that ungodly fear. And and that's what it was. I wasn't worried about the chute opening up. I wasn't thinking, oh God, I'm going to ride this thing all the way to the ground. I didn't think any of that. It was just something that I never experienced before. And like I said, it was clear up. But that's what I mean about trying to get out of your comfort zone. And I want to invite you to do that. And I don't care what it is. If you want to, if you always thought, oh, it looked awful cool when you were sitting at a bar and there was a person up there and just singing that karaoke, even though, you know, you would be arrested for carrying a tune in a bucket. But if you always wanted to do that, find a small bar that nobody knows you in, have a couple of shots of liquid courage, and just do it. Who cares? They're not going to stone you to death because you suck at singing. Or anything else. You know, if you always wanted to try to do something that was out of your comfort zone, try it. And what I'd like you to do is, when you see this video, sit back and think about it for a second. And think about, man, what could you do that was out of your comfort zone? And put it down in the description below. And then, that way you can always come back to this video, you can see what you wrote, you can remember what you felt, and then I want you to go do it. That is your homework for this time. We're going to put another video out here in a few more days. My beard is about 8 months old now. I'm going to go with the year. I am not going to trim, cut, nothing with this thing until September 15th, I think, is right around. Between September 8th and September 15th is my year. And by then, my streaming channel will be up. I'm going to try to get it up the end of this month or the first of next month. That's exciting. I'm super stoked and super scared about that. More excited than scared. I'm like 98% excited and 2% scared. Might be the other way around, but you know something, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna goddamn do it. And I'm probably gonna get a bunch of hate mail and people saying, you know, your stream sucks and, you know, nobody wants to see you and, you know, and blah 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 blah. But the hell with them. Who cares? They don't know me. And the people that do know me, if they still say I'm suck, well, screw them too. Heck with it. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. Comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. And remember to link what you wanted to do in the description below, and tell me if you're really going to do it or if you did do it. And if you did do something like this, put a description down there. Tell us all what happened. As for now, that is it of this one, and we'll see you next time.